Hey guys, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a practice that's going to be a slow flow yoga practice for your third eye chakra. So, quick overview of your third eye. This is our energy that helps us connect with our intuition. It helps us to perceive beyond our five senses, and it really helps us just to find that spiritual connection. And I find that really balancing the energy in the third eye not only helps us to connect with our spirituality, but it also helps us to really just live more consciously in the present moment. So that's your little overview on the third eye chakra. If you want to learn more, I have a whole video on it that I'll link in the description down below. But you don't need that for today's practice. If you like practicing with me in this way, you can get more practices like this, longer practices on my Patreon. So I'll also link that in the description down below. But with all that said, we're going to start today right here sitting in easy pose. Okay, so find your comfortable seat. Sitting up, grounding through the sit bones, growing tall through the spine. Allow the hands to rest on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes, bring your attention within. Connect with your breath. Just feeling yourself arriving here in the present moment. Ready to find this deeper spiritual connection as you move through your yoga flow today. And then keeping your eyes closed, you're going to place your index and middle finger right in the center of your forehead. Whatever hand you feel called to, you can move that there. Just gently placing those two fingers right in the center of the forehead where our third eye chakra energy lives. And just taking a moment to connect here, really just drawing your awareness to this energy center. 3 breaths. Release the hand down. Eyes blink open, and we'll get into our movement part of the practice. So go ahead and meet me on all fours, so on your hands and knees. All right, so we're just gonna find a little movement to warm up, nice and slowly. So we're gonna drop the belly down, look up for cow pose, and then you're gonna sit back toward the heels. Drop the forehead down, plant the forehead to the earth in child's pose. With the breath, let's make this a flow. So you inhale as you rock forward to all fours, drop the belly cow. And exhale, press back to child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Keep going like that at your own pace. Moving slowly with intention, really trying to extend the inhales and exhales. And just feeling that activation through the third eye as you tap the forehead to the ground. So that gentle tap of the third eye to the earth. And then you open through cow pose. Take one more round. Everyone ending in cow pose. Breathe. And then come back to a flat back. Step the hands a little bit further forward, just slightly. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips up into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep bend in the knees, in your down dog, pressing between the index finger and thumb of the hands. The hips are pulling up to the sky, allowing the heels to sink down, staying connected with breath. And then bending one knee, straightening the other, working that heel to the ground, and switching on and off. Again, just finding that little bit of movement. Staying present here on your mat, being really conscious about what's happening in each movement. And then come to stillness again. If you want to get a little straighter through the knees, that's an option. Take 3 breaths. Okay, from here, bring the left foot to the center line. You're going to step the right foot between your hands and landing in runner's lunge. So you're on the fingertips, finding length through the spine, keeping the back knee straight, pressing through the back heel, and breathe. So we're going to do a sequence where we do the first set with the eyes open so we can kind of learn where we're going, and then we'll do it with the eyes closed, bringing our awareness within, trying to take away one of our 5 senses, our vision, which we do heavily rely on. 1 more breath. And then the left hand plants down on the ground or to a block. Keep the left elbow soft, so slightly bend, and slowly reach the right arm up as you take a twist. Twist to the right. Pull that left shoulder down away from your ear. Breathe. And then plant the right hand down, step it back to downward dog. And we'll do the other side with the eyes open. So the right foot steps to the center line. The left foot hugs in, plant it between the hands, runner's lunge. Breathe. Finding length in the spine. Pressing back through the back heel. Just being aware of any sensations you feel in this pose. And plant the right hand to the ground or to a block. Right elbow soft, so it's slightly bent. Slowly the left arm reaches up as you twist to the left. And breathe. Maybe gazing up toward the top hand. One more breath. Left hand floats down and step it back, downward dog. Breathe. And then we'll take that sequence with the eyes closed, but we'll close the eyes once we get into the posture so that you can feel nice and stable and secure. If you don't feel comfortable closing the eyes, of course you don't have to. It's just an option. Okay, left foot to center line. Right foot hugs in, step it between the hands, runner's lunge. Okay, set up in your runner's lunge like we did before, and then option to close the eyes. Bring the awareness within, and as you close the eyes, maybe focus through the third eye region, allowing the third eye to be curious about how you feel in this posture. And then the left hand plants down, twist to the right, open the right arm up. Breathe. Trying to keep the eyes closed, really moving within. And then the right hand floats down. You can open your eyes, step it back, down dog. Take a breath. And then the other side, right foot to center line, left foot steps between the hands, runner's lunge, set yourself up. And then once you feel stable, allow the eyes to close. Breathe. Focus through the third eye. Right hand plants down, left arm opens, twist to the left. Allowing yourself to move beyond your senses as you close your eyes. One more breath. Left hand floats down, eyes can open, step it back, down dog, and then drop to the knees, sit back to kneeling. Hands can rest on your thighs, palms facing up. Connect within, just feeling the effects of that sequence. Taking that moment to integrate. And we'll do that one more time with low lunge and Ardha Hanumanasana. So eyes can open if you had them closed. So first we do the sequence with the eyes open, really learning that sequence, feeling it into our bodies, and then trying to take away the vision. Okay, come back to down dog just to transition. And then once you're there, left foot to center line, right foot steps forward, back knee drops, untuck back toes, lift up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathe. Focusing the gaze forward, and even as the eyes are open, still seeing if you can really just tap into that third eye chakra energy as you focus here. Hands to hips, press the right knee straight. You might need to shimmy the heel forward a little bit so you're in a half split. If you can't get the knee straight while keeping the spine straight, then allow the knee to bend and just work on slowly straightening the knee. So you'll have a bent knee with the spine straight. If you can get the leg straight and you want to take a forward fold, go ahead and fold over that right leg. And breathe. Imagine that right hip really pulling back like it's kind of locking into the hip joint. And if you're forward, finding length in the spine as you fold. 3 breaths. And then everyone coming back to a low lunge, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, stepping back, down dog, and transitioning to the other side. Right foot to the center line, left leg steps through, back knee drops, on tuck back toes, lifting Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Breathe. Really staying focused, gazes forward, awareness on the third eye. Hands float down to the hips, straighten the left knee, shimmying that left foot or left heel forward. Same thing as the other side. If you need to take the variation up tall, go ahead and do that. If you want to fold, fold over the left leg, finding length in the spine as you fold forward. And again, locking that left hip back in space. Breath is steady. One more breath here. Come back through low lunge. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, step back, down dog. And we'll do that with the eyes closed. So keep the eyes open to get into the posture. Left foot to center line, right foot steps forward. Drop back knee, untuck back toes, lifting to your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Settle in, find your stability, and then once you do, if you feel like you want to take that option, close your eyes. Breathe, go within. Closing your eyes also will challenge your balance a little because we rely pretty heavily on our vision for our balance. Focus through that point between the brows in the center of the forehead. One more breath. Hands float down to hips. Open the eyes to transition. Straightening the right knee for Ardha Hanumanasana. If you're taking the variation where you're sitting up tall, I will suggest keep the eyes open because it's going to be really challenging to balance with the eyes closed in that position. If you're folding forward and you want to take the eyes closed, go for it. 3 breaths. Everyone can open the eyes, come back through low lunge, step back down dog, and then right foot to center line, left foot forward, dropping back knee, untucking back toes, lifting up, low lunge on the left. Settle in, and then option to close the eyes, taking your gaze inward, allowing the third eye to open, to start to perceive beyond your senses. One more breath. Hands to hips, eyes open as you straighten the left knee for half split. Okay, again, if you're staying up tall, maybe keep the eyes open because it's already really challenging to balance here. If you want to fold forward, maybe closing the eyes back down. Three breaths. Open the eyes, shift back to low lunge, step it back to our last downward facing dog. Take one breath, and then drop down to the knees, toes together, knees wide. Sit back and then come forward into a wide leg child's pose, Balasana. Forehead on the ground. So this is a great way to tap into the third eye chakra energy, where we have the earth right in contact with the third eye. And the third eye is also where our masculine and feminine energy meet. So our feminines on the left, our masculines on the right, they meet together at the third eye. So let's work into that here as we start to walk the hands over toward the left. Okay, sitting back into the right hip, locking that right hand down, forehead comes back down, and you'll feel a nice opening along your right side body. So here we could focus on opening through our masculine energy, divine masculine. We all have both feminine and masculine energy, regardless of gender. Opening here. And then walk it over, all the way over to the right. Sit back into the left hip. Left hand really locks down. Forehead comes back down.
Breathe, opening our left side body, opening our feminine, divine feminine energy. Breathe into it. And then coming back to center. Regular child's pose, balasana, with the hands forward, forehead down, sit back into the hips. And we balance in the center, in the third eye. Feeling a balance in our masculine, feminine energy. Really allowing our intuition and intuitive abilities to open, which we all have. 3 breaths. And then slowly walk it back up. Maybe pausing and kneeling, hands on the thighs. Maybe getting a little heart open here, open through the chest. Come back to neutral. And then find where you want to go for our meditation. So we'll take a short meditation here, okay, which meditation is really one of the best things you could do to balance your third eye chakra. So you could sit kneeling, you can sit in easy pose, you can put a block under your hips. I want you to be comfortable. Once you get there, allow the backs of the hands to rest on the thighs. Sit up with a nice straight spine, eyes closed. Bring that awareness back within. And draw all of your awareness now to the third eye chakra, the point between the brows in the center of the forehead. And just being present with whatever comes up. Being curious about how this practice had an impact on your body, mind, soul. Just allowing that to integrate within. Allow the breath to be at a comfortable pace. Allow all the muscles of the face to relax. And it really will be a short meditation here. So 1 minute sitting in silence. Stick with it. Stay connected, keeping that focus on the third eye. And then keeping the eyes closed, bring the hands together so they're in prayer, and start to rub them together, creating heat between your palms. And then place the palms over your eyes, nice and gently. Feeling that heat. And then allow your hands to relax down as you open your eyes, letting that light back in.
beautiful job today. I hope you enjoyed that practice. I hope you feel connected to your spiritual side, feel connected to body, mind, and soul. If you like practicing in this way, I do highly recommend checking out my Patreon. I think you'll really like it because each month we go through a specific topic to really help us connect with our body, mind, soul in some way. A lot of times it's a spiritual topic, and then we learn about the topic in detail. You get a meditation and you get a nice long hour-long yoga flow where we put that into our body in a practice that is pretty similar to what we did today, just a little bit longer. So I'll link that in the description down below. But otherwise, if you liked this practice, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in another video. Namaste.